Okay.
So you have to remember to look at me.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah. With our efforts with ACRE on the data side of things, and particularly with marine data, we have made a fair bit of progress. We have been working with the British Library and the National Archives, who have vast quantities of these ship logbooks from the Royal Navy and from other sources within the old British Empire. And what we're trying to do is to make sure this data is imaged and digitised and gets into the international repositories that can then be used by ACRE. We've had the East India Company data from the 1780s to the 1830s from all the trade between India, China and the UK. We've had about 1,000 of those logbooks which have instrumental data in them imaged and having them digitised. We also have a project where we're recovering World War I logbooks, or it's actually around that sort of period extending into the 1920s. There are about 6,000 or 7,000 of these logs, and so far we've imaged about half of them, with the National Archives helping us because they hold this data. But we had to decide how we were actually going to digitise, to take the information that's in those logbooks, images, and put them in electronic form. And that can be a very expensive process, as we found with our East India data. And what we did is we were contacted by a body called Galaxy Zoo. This is basically astronomers out of Oxford University in the UK who had been trying to develop ways to get sort of citizen science approaches to mass digitisation of information or covering of information. In their cases, they had thousands of images of galaxies going back over many years, and they tried to actually develop a computer program that would allow them to recover the information they wanted from them. Are the galaxies of a particular shape? Are they elliptical? Are they spiral? What nature are these? And categorise this information. But they couldn't quite do it with a computer. But they found that they could teach a person to do it. But you need a lot of people to do it. And their approach was to take this information with a template of what they wanted, put it up on the web, and put it out there and see what sort of bite they got, basically. And over two approaches to this, I think they got about 250,000 people around the world who effectively categorised a number of times over, because there's a huge number of people, this information. And so by doing it a number of times through citizen science, through people doing it, they were able to actually get the categorisations that they wanted of these information, of these galaxies. Now, they've approached us to say, can we do something similar with climate data? And we've said, yes, we've got these World War I logbooks. And so we've recently got some money to do a pilot project where they will take the logbooks and in a similar way as they've done with the galaxies, work with us to develop a template which will allow us to work out what information we want to recover from those logbooks. And then we'll put it up on the web and do a similar process as they did with their galaxies, and basically try and get people interested and to actually do effectively the digitisation of this data. So this will be a great asset to us, and it could be the way to think in the future of getting people involved, because they can become interested in what it's all about and give us feedback, etc. And then if this is successful, we can try it with other data sets that we want with regards to ACRE.
Okay, so
Too long.
this project is